plan now?
Well, what we had today is the same as of tomorrow. So we're thinking of Walker getting the ball. I mean, that's still, we need a roster move for that one. We still gotta wait and see some things, before we actually make those the move. We're thinking of Walker getting the ball for tomorrow. Sunday we'll reveal probably tomorrow. Since now, it was Peterson's day tomorrow, but it was Jake day on Sunday. So we'll reveal it tomorrow for sure, and who's gonna get the ball for Sunday night.
Thanks.
Next question is from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Luis. Obviously, you never like to have rainouts or postponements, but do you feel like this team, with all its injuries, could maybe use the extra rest?
Yeah, we can use it. I mean, we had one the day before yesterday. We played 2 games yesterday. Weather is a little hotter than probably all the other days that we had in the past. So we could use it. I mean, have another day where the guys can rest their arms. Bullpen wise, we do not have a doubleheader tomorrow, so that's also good. That's an opportunity for us to be more rested. So yeah, I mean, we'll take a day like this, since there's no chance we probably play because of the weather.
And I know back in April, you were just talking about how these things can happen and the weather can get pretty crazy. But have you ever seen anything like this where you guys have had, a slew of rainouts, a snow out, and then the COVID games?
No, this has been different. I mean, a lot different things that have stopped us right along the way. But well, you know what we got to find out what to do when these things happen. I think we've done it since the beginning, since we had the COVID situation back in Washington to start the season. So at this point, we just like I answer your first question, is like we just take this as an opportunity to rest and come back tomorrow with our batteries recharged and ready to go and play some ball against one of our division rivals.
And then just one more quick one from me: is Alonso going to be ready to come off the injured list?
We'll see. He's trending well. He's swinging. He already faced some coaches BP, and he did high velo machine today. And I mean, checked out everything was good. So we'll see what the next step is for him. But he's looking good right now. He's really excited about the results on the progression that he's done the last couple of days.
Your next question is from Mike Puma.
Louis, look at the way Familia, I mean your bullpen, but Familia and Diaz in particular have performed for you here. I mean, what kind of comfort level is that, those two guys?
Well, we have a lot of guys that can close a game, I think. Barnes earned his second save yesterday, and you talk about a guy that's, it's had a couple of, outings when he's got, it was giving up homers, right? And we all remember those, but we trust Barnes' stuff, and we trust that he's going to get big outs. I know I'm detouring from your question a little bit with Barnes' name, but there's different guys here that can pitch in high leverage situations. That's why I think there's just a big group of guys that can that have really nasty stuff and that can come in different situations of the ball game, regardless if it's early or late. Familia right now, the way he's pitching, he can close games if we need him to close games. Yesterday, we were going to ask him for 2 innings to do it. And Diaz is in that, he's the one that's done it the most for us. And we actually used different circumstances with him, too, already in the season when he came in against the Diamondbacks. We won out, I think it was in an 8th inning, right? And he closed the game. So we have different guys that can do it. Familia is one. Diaz, of course, is one that's being used the most. But you have May, you have Castro, you have Loop. And you got to add Barnes in there. And then even Giselman. If Giselman would have got a 1-2-3, it would have saved the game for us yesterday, too. So different guys could do it for us.
Familia in particular, do you think it's just a matter of health here? This is the best he's felt in a long time?
He's the best he's looked in a long time. Yes, he's I think we remember last year where he lost a good amount of weight and I think he learned some things because of that. This year, he's like in the middle, where he's you see more strength, and you see he's got better body control. I think that's helping him actually repeat his delivery. That's why he's more consistent throwing strikes right now, I think. And then also the slider, the grip of the slider, which is something that he's worked with Hefner, have played a really good role to complement his sinker right now. So this is the best I've seen him throw, I think, since maybe 15, when we made the World Series and he was the closer here. So he's probably there. Now you got to add the slider piece, to the sinker, which is the special pitch that got him to be a successful pitcher in his career.
And do you think Diaz even thinks about 2 years ago anymore when he had that rough, start here?
I think the what happened 2 years ago. He had first 2 months he was dominating, and then things started to go differently for him. And I think it was presented to him what happened from the action of his pitches, from the command that he was having on his pitches, all these things. It was presented to him going into 2020 by our pitching coaches, and I think by our analysts as well. I think he learned from that. That was a big year for him to learn more about himself. He's a young man, still is 27 years old. And with the stuff that he has, the more feedback he can get for when he has challenges like this or struggles throughout a season, I think the better he's going to be. I think he took it the best way he can take it after having some adversity coming to New York that year and experiencing some new things that he hasn't experiencing in his career. And that's why he's turning around, I think, because now he's repeating his where he needs to command his fastball, where he needs to command his slider. He's repeating that blend right there. Everything's staying in the same line, and his finishing batters is very much consistent. I think that year he missed a lot arm side. He had a lot of backup sliders. I mean, there's some things that happened that year, but it was just part of his career that taught him a lot and made him a better pitcher, I think.
Greg Joyce, you're next.
Hey, Louis, how would you describe what you've gotten from Jonathan VR this season?
Oh, he's been great for this team. First of all, our front office is getting this guy. He's a great National League player. The ability to play multiple positions. We haven't used him in the outfield yet, but he's been great at third. This is the one thing we demanded from him in spring training, to get more acclimated there, because he didn't play the position for 5 years, and he's been great for us. So everything that he's done defensively, everything that he's done offensively, from hitting getting game-winning hits, getting an extra base, stealing a bag, all the different things, scoring on a contact play from third, on a walk-off, all those things, they've been extra. I didn't expect to probably using as much as we were using because of the situation that we are right now, but he's responded so well to not being playing every day at the start of the season and now getting the chance. It's just been ready the whole time, and it's been effective. And he wants to be there. He wants to be in the lineup every day. He doesn't want one day of rest right now.
Have you liked how he's been aggressive on the bases too? I
love it. I told him, and even the next day after he got caught stealing twice, the next day I told him, it's like, no one's gonna take that away from you. That's your game. That's how you're gonna play. That's how this team is gonna play. We got to push the envelope right now. We got to look to create scoring scenarios. We got to look to create runs. That's why he scored in Philadelphia when Hoskins threw the ball to the second baseman and he was heads up. He's just ready to go. He has to be aggressive, and that's the way he's going to help us score more runs.
Thanks.
Tony, you're next.
Hi, Luis. I know you said you're TBA after Walker. Are you looking to keep Jake on his regular routine, regular day, if you can? That makes sense.
We could if we can. We'll see, and we'll find out more about it tomorrow. What we're going to do with that, but as of now, we probably want to get Walker tomorrow in there if we can. But Sunday we'll find out more tomorrow. But you always want to keep Jake in line. But we'll have conversations and what we need to do, and if we want to push Peterson to Monday, if that's the plan, But right now I'm staying with tomorrow and see what what we're gonna do with Jake. I mean, he threw a side today, getting ready for Sunday, not knowing if we're gonna play or not tonight. So now that we don't know, we'll still got to go and check and talk to him tomorrow to see what the plan is for the next 3 days. Now with Walker being bumped to tomorrow.
And also, I know you can't predict the weather, but what is your confidence level that you can get these next 2 games in?
I mean, it's got to be 100%. Like we felt about today, until we were told we were not. So you can't do that. You can't turn the switch off. We just gotta, get ready to play a game tomorrow. And these are very important games. All games are important, but you're facing your division rivals. Like you got to prepare, man. Like this is the teams you see the most. So it's a constant battle. So for me, it's 100% right now until they tell us we can't play.
Thank you.
Tim Healy, you're up.
Hey, Luis. Do you think Pete will need a rehab assignment before coming back, or is everybody comfortable with him not needing that?
Well, initially, that's how I felt, Tim. I felt that he needed to see some pitching and actually get, pitch too. Like see a sinker, see a cutter, see breaking balls. Hit balls of the end. Hit balls probably, get fisted. So all those things. But looking at him, like he looks a lot better than what I expect to see him swinging, and his confidence level's high. So we'll have to regroup and talk about that tomorrow, since we're going on a road trip, and so see what the plan will be with him. But initially, that was my thought process, and actually talking to the training staff, it was what we felt. So he could test it the same way that Nemo tested it, the same way that JD tested it, because that's how we got the feedback that they couldn't keep going. If we would have had them to play at a major league game and have that to happen, I mean, that would have been, setback or something, needing a player in the middle of the game. And so it's, we think of it as the right approach, just to be safe and make sure that he's 100% full go and he can come in and help the team and stay the whole way. So, next couple of days we'll probably find out more about it, but initially that's what we were thinking.
So if you think he needs a rehab assignment and the training staff thinks he needs a rehab assignment, doesn't that sort of answer the question? Or I guess how much power does Pete have in that decision?
Well, we also got to stay present. Like you got to see what he's doing and how he's responding to today. Like that's why I said at the beginning, Tim, that he was he looked a lot better than I expected. And there's just nothing going on, no feedback, no feel. So with next couple of days, some more of those tests and what we can do, it can give us a comfort level of, maybe he wouldn't need it. But initially we thought he might, the same way that Nemo and JD did.
And have you been able to see or talk to Noah?
No, I texted only. I haven't seen him. So, yeah, and there's a lot of people here that want to see him. I know Michael Conforto was talking about that yesterday. So I wish I can see him. Just to say hi, give him a hug. He's worked so hard, to this point, and to get stopped and all that. I know, you kind of put your head down, but at the same time, I know everyone here, as a family, wants to see him and just tell him that everything's going to be okay. Just keep working hard, get your treatment, get the inflammation down, and the 6 weeks you're going to get your throwing, and we hope to see you soon, and pitching in meaningful games potentially later in the season. So it's just that, but I haven't seen him yet.
And last one for with Walker, it's been 2.5 weeks since he made a full start. How much can you realistically expect him to go tomorrow?
I don't have that right now. We haven't really talked about it. It's something we're probably going to discuss pregame today, but we didn't talk about it. Once again, and probably tomorrow I'll tell you, Tim, as far as he takes us, because it's hard to say a pitch count. You want to see the game. You want to see the ups, downs, the stress levels, all that. But we'll probably talk a little bit more about that pregame tomorrow.
Rich Catino, you're next.
Hey, Louis, when you were in spring training, you talked a lot about how the defense needed to improve on this team. And clearly, there's been a significant upgrade in defense this year, not only in the plays you make on the field, but the way you've curbed the running game. Do you think that's due more to better defensive personnel on the roster or better execution of the defensive game plan that you guys have employed?
I think it's both, Rich. I think the positioning and the personnel, the both have been upgraded. The catching has been great. I think the information on the opposing team that we get has been perfect as well, just to do our own preparation from a coaching staff standpoint, just to know the opposing team tendencies, stealing, the aggressiveness, what they look for, what they've done in the past. So there's just a lot of work in collaboration. The infielders, they have a routine every day, all of them, and they do it consistently with Gary DiSarcina. The catchers have a routine every day with Brian Schneider. They do it consistently, and so do the outfielders with Tony Tarasco. So I think that's taken a lot of it too. That's what's gotten the team in a good position defensively, because the guys have created good muscle memory, to be on their toes at all times behind good pitching, which is what we had as well. So the formula has been a collaborative work. Everyone's been a part of it, I think, here. So we just got to keep it going and at the same time be smart about it so we can keep the guys fresh. But I think everyone here has done their part to have the defense playing how they're playing, how have they played already throughout the season. So we just, right now for me, it's just be smart about probably the workload. Things are, it's going to get a little hotter now. So we will know how to monitor that, but I think the guys will know what to do just so they can keep that defense sharp.
Your next question comes from Matthew Robertson.
Hey, Matthew, this is Louis, new guy at the New York Daily News. I just want to go back to Walker real quick if we can. I noticed that he's been throwing his fastball a lot less this season, a lot more sliders and sinkers. Is that something you had talked about going into the season, or was that just natural? Because I know the slide.
I think you got cut off if you just want to respond to that. All right, Michael, we'll go back to you.
Louis, I don't think we've asked you about Almora in a while. Is he getting any closer to anything?
Yeah, he's moving well as well. He was swinging today. He's doing full activity right now. He's playing catch. He's running. He's hitting in the cage. He's doing a lot of work. He's here early, every day, really early, just getting his treatment and then progressing into baseball activity. So I'm going to say that he might have a week or so more of baseball activity, and potentially we're going to see him soon going into a rehab assignment. So he's, right now he's moving so well, thinking of, how we saw him for a week period or so after colliding with the wall, but he's good right now. He's swinging.
So when you say a week period, that would be like a week of just working out and then potentially a rehab assignment?
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, that will be the plan, but he's ramping up in his baseball activity right now.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you, Anthony.
Hey, Luis, I was just wondering what the possibilities are for making this game up. I know if you do a doubleheader next time, you would have 3 of them in 7 days, which is probably not ideal. So what are you guys looking at? Yeah, I don't know if it's said already, but they were looking at July more than June because of the amount of games in June that we have doubleheader wise. And so whether, I think there's a series 26, 27, 28 there that they come here. Those are the days that they're looking. But it'll be more July than June because of the games that we have in June. Gotcha. Thank you.
Your final question will come from Mike Mancuso.
Luis, how did Dom come out of the game yesterday, and Trevor May and Castro in the pen? Are they okay?
Both Castro and May are okay. They were just given rest. They were given an extra day of rest just to keep them fresh throughout May. Finish May fresh, start June, and That was a thought process behind them not pitching. And then with Dom, he was fine after the game. So the plan went well. He was off the bench the first one, and keep getting treatment throughout late morning, early afternoon when the game was going on, and then he was available to come off the bench if we needed to. And then for the second game to start him in the outfield rather than first was the plan, and that's exactly what we did. He didn't get a test there. All he got was, I think, were a couple of plays right at him. But everything was good. He came out and said it was good. That was his feedback. We didn't play him at first. We were trying to keep him from bouncing him from left to first because of recommendation from the training staff, and that's why we removed him out of the game and we inserted Rudy to play first rather than bring it to first at the end of the game there.
Matthew Robertson, we'll try you one more time. All right. Luis, thank you very much for your time today.
All right. Thanks, Zach.
Members of the media, this concludes today's pregame Zoom session. Thank you for your patience, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Good night.